Hello and welcome again to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. This episode is actually a bonus episode. I'm not releasing it on Friday as I usually do, but instead I'm releasing this probably tonight on Sunday, trying to answer a question that came to me from the guys over at Just Drinking. They had just done a review of this rum. I happen to have a bottle of it, so they asked that I come up with some good cocktails to make with this. So couldn't pass up that challenge. So I cracked it open, tried it, and checked out a few cocktails, a couple of which didn't work, but three of them are ones that I think that work pretty well with this rum. So before I get started, I did want to shout out to some other channels that I think that you all should be listening to and watching. First, of course, is the Just Drinking After Hours guys. They do a Wednesday live event and they do a weekly rum review. And they're really quite entertaining and good to watch. You need to check them out. Second, I wanted to do a shout out to the SLB Basement Bourbon Bar. I'm sure you've all heard of this channel. It's very popular. But these guys, it's a father and son who just work well together and play off of each other during the videos. And they give a lot of information on different bourbons and do reviews, blind tastings, a lot of things that I think that you'll all enjoy. Third is a channel that you probably haven't heard of. This young lady puts out a couple videos a week, I believe, and she calls her channel the Mediocre Whiskey Review. But there's nothing mediocre about her reviews. They're all very good, and you feel like you're on this tasting journey with her. So I think that that's something that you'll enjoy, and you should check that channel out as well. So back to this video. I had to write a lot of notes on this, so I will be looking down at my notes periodically. But Roger, or Royer as he goes by on the channel, over on Just Drinking, after trying this, they thought that just mixing it with cola didn't seem to work very well. So they challenged me to come up with some cocktails that would work well. So I took that challenge and opened this up, and the first thing I want to do is to do a quick taste of this rum. So the Glencairn glass is what I typically use when I do a tasting, and that helps you to check out the aromas as well as you have to listen for the pop, as well as get a good taste on the whatever spirit you're trying. I don't want to take too much because making other drinks here, and I don't want to drink too much today. So first, check out the Just Drinking review of this to get more information. But this has a little bit of a smell of, you can smell that cane stick that's in there. Now I did talk with the people up at the distillery, and they say they don't add sugar to their rum. The only sugar is what comes off of the cane stick, and this is a product that's done in Clear Lake, Iowa, and it has their basic. They have a basic rum that they make that they haven't released it yet, but they put it for aging into bourbon barrels, and then when they bottle it, they put a stick of sugar cane in there. It's not a big stick, so hopefully there's not much sugar coming off of it. But at least the base spirit doesn't have added sugar. And you do smell a little bit of caramel. There's a little bit of a grassy note, probably from the cane. Maybe some vanilla. Has a little bit of a bourbon-esque smell, obviously, from the barrel. And it smells pretty good. It's relatively smooth. Of course, that's just the first sip, and usually about the second or third sip you need before you can really taste it. You taste the taste of that cane stick. It's quite good. You get the barrel taste in there. You get the cane, not a sweet cane, but more of the grassiness from that cane, and it does have a good taste. The people at the distillery said that it's good. Just the best way to do it is just to drink it straight, and I agree that that's a good way to use this. But for cocktails, I looked at a number of them. I chose 5, and 2 of them didn't work. The 2 that didn't really work well, look at my notes here. I did a Cuba Libre because since Roger and Royer had done it with just cola, they didn't think it mixed well. So I thought, well, what if you add the lime for Cuba Libre? That didn't seem to, in my mind, work very well. So I don't recommend that, although the breweries did recommend that. The other one that I tried was something called an Island Girl. Now that was one that's supposed to have coconut rum, but I thought that this taste might work in there, and it didn't. So that was a mistake on my part. But the other 3 I'm going to go over and make for you. The first being an Old Cuban. Now the Old Cuban is supposed to have champagne, and I did not want to use champagne. I don't normally use champagne. I thought I'm going to try a little bit of Sprite. That'll give it the bubbles, and that's something that I thought would work, and it actually did. So let's go through and make this. The thing we need for this, we need to muddle the mint. Taking a mint, this is actually starting to dry a little bit, but this is supposed to have 6 leaves of mint. So we'll go with that much and get that little bit extra. I usually will put the sprig in there because that gives it a little bit of more mint, and we'll keep the rest of that for the garnish. So with that, you take the simple syrup, and this is 1 ounce. And of course, this OXO measuring cup, that is what I always use because it just is so much simpler than using a jigger. But 1 ounce simple syrup, and use that when you're muddling. So again, as I said in previous episode, when you muddle, you don't bang on it. You just rock back and forth on it. It's to bruise the leaves and release the oils. So once you've muddled the mint leaf, then go ahead and add. And I could have added the lime juice before muddling, but there's 3/4 of an ounce of lime. Then there's 1.5 ounces of aged rum, and in this case, using this barrel and cane rum from 173 degree craft distillery. So 1.5 ounces of that. And again, 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. good thing to have a mat down because I dripped that. Then the champagne, or in my case I'm just using some Sprite, is topped. You top the drink with that. So you shake that. And with this one, it calls to double strain. That way you keep the mint, any mint leaves out of the drink, and you just get the flavor. Then it's 2 ounces of champagne, but in this case I'm using Sprite. I almost used Fresca, but Sprite is what we're using here. And if 2 ounces will fit in there, just barely. And that is a variation of an old Cuban. I would actually maybe call that a young Cuban because it's got soda in it instead. So, with the mint, that is a really, really good drink. So the next drink that I tried and I think is pretty good is one that is something that the bartender, distiller up at the distillery had said that they like, and they make it in this particular way. So he called it a rum baby rum, but when I looked that up online, there's a bunch of different recipes that sounded nothing like what he had done. So I just took his measurements of what he was using, and that's what I used for this cocktail. So for this, use up the rum that's in the tasting glass. This has 2 ounces of rum. And again, it's the 173 degree craft distillery barrel and cane. Add to that 3/4 lime. And that, of course, needs to have ice. So 3/4 of lime. Three-quarters pineapple juice. Now, pineapple juice, as I remind you, I use the pineapple light so that I don't get additional sugar. So that's got a little bit of sugar, but not a whole lot. And you're getting the pineapple flavor so more so than anything else. And 3/4 simple syrup. And again, the simple syrup that we use, I've set it over here. Simple syrup is the one that I made in a previous video that uses Splenda instead of sugar. And that would, of course, be no carb, basically. So that, we'll stir that, and then add a splash of cranberry juice. So that will give it a little bit of a cranberry taste. Now I don't know whether the bartender stirs that or not, but I actually did this by stirring it. And that is a Rum Baby Rum variation with the 173 degree Distillery's Barrel and Cane Rum. It's very good. You taste the rum more so in this, and so it tastes a little stronger. It's got 2 ounces instead of 1.5 ounces of rum, and it's got the sweetness from the simple syrup. Just very good drink, and not difficult to make. The third is one that anytime you're doing checking rum out, this is probably the drink that you want to try to make, and that's a daiquiri. So there's a few different daiquiri recipes out there, but this one is 1.5 ounces of rum. Usually white rum, but in this case using this aged rum. And that's all of this for today. So people up at the distillery, I've gone through half already. There was only one on the shelf when I found this, so you might want to hook me up with some more. Again, 1.5 of rum, 1 ounce of lime. Yes, I know, everybody says fresh lime is better, but most people are going to just use lime juice, so that's what I do. And this has no sugar added to it, so you're good there. And of course, simple syrup. And then this particular recipe just has 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. And then this again is simple syrup that is without sugar because it uses Splenda. So with that, you shake it. And then strain that into a coupe glass or any other glass you want to use, but usually if you get this at a bar, it'll be in a coupe glass. And this is a daiquiri made with Barrel and Cane rum. It's quite good. It's got that unique taste. There's different rums that make different kinds of different tasting daiquiris, but this one tastes pretty good. I think that you'll enjoy this. You get that little bit of a grassy taste from the sugar cane, and the sweetness from the simple syrup, and the lime is in there, and you can tell that. Very good daiquiri. I think that's one you'll enjoy. Each of these are made fairly low sugar, and these work well with this particular rum. So that's the answer to Royer's challenge to come up with some drinks that will go well with this rum, and I think that I've taken care of that for him. So again, that's the 173 Craft Distillery out of Clear Lake, Iowa. Their Barrel and Cane rum. It's worth getting. It's not too expensive. I think I found that for $30, and I do hope that you'll try this rum and you'll try these cocktails. You can make these cocktails with other rums as well. but this particular case was what worked with that rum. And I think that I've answered that, and I do hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. Give me your comments. Let me know what you thought of this episode, and what things you'd like to see different. Just give me as many comments as you can, so that we can help together to grow this channel, to increase the value of it, and do stuff that will be beneficial for you as well as for me, and be able to do great cocktails without all the sugar. Thank you. Have a great day, and drink rum, drink bourbon, whatever you drink, do it responsibly and in a low carb way. Thanks. Bye.